One of the mystery pieces for me that I really think will lead perfectly into that is to describe the beginning for me. So the interim freelancing period. That was when you guys just first began. You were still doing your explainer video thing. Tim was still teaching at colleges and preaching, and there was like, we're just going to do this freelance. Tell me about that time period. Were there any trials? Was it tough shifting from doing one thing to completely doing the other, or did it just happen naturally?
It wasn't very tough. One reason was I was really in between. I was able to, during those early days, just work on this project and not have to worry about a salary because I just sold my other business. Didn't have any employees, but I have had through the years worked with many amazing designers and animators and illustrators. So I just would contract them. And as we had money come in, I was able to pay them. And so just a network of contractors who I paid when we had the money, or we did the work when we had the money. And the money first came from a small group of families, pulling some resources to make the first few videos. And then we launched 2 videos with this call to action at the end of the videos, just saying, we want to do more of these. Like, we want to do hundreds of these. Do you want to fund the next one? Or do you just want to pitch into all the next ones? And
Yeah.
so that was like, you want to be a monthly patron, or you just want to give us some money towards the next one? And then that's how we started fundraising for the next videos. And that's how we could pay the contractors to do the work. And then Tim's church was super flexible. Like, at first it just started a half day a week, and we would just pay that church for Tim's time, that half day. But then it was like, ooh, can we have a full day? Can we have 2 days? And then it got to the point where eventually Tim just came over full time. Those early days, I think the biggest complexity was how do we put out enough content to keep the engine running and keep people interested and paying attention, and also to have enough work that I could keep these contractors' attention. Because if I don't have the next thing for them, they're going to go and find another job, and then when I'm ready to start the new video, they might be busy, and then I'll have to find a new crew. So that was the biggest thing, was like, how do we kind of keep this moving fast enough at the beginning to keep everyone's attention? And where that really congealed was when Francis Chan came on our scene. He was on the scene. He saw one of our videos and he really liked it. And what he was trying to do was, at the time, he was in San Francisco creating a house church movement. And he was training all of these lay house church leaders who had no seminary experience, no like traditional Bible schooling experience. And he wanted them to like level up and know the Bible more so that they could pastor these house churches. And he kind of saw a vision for, like, if we did every book of the Bible, that these house church leaders would be a lot more prepared.
Yeah.
And so he said, how long would it take to do every book of the Bible? And at the pace we were going, it could take like 10 years. And he's like, well, can you do it in a year? And so that kind of started a conversation and a game plan towards what became the Read Scripture series, which is the doodles that are the overview of every book of the Bible that we produced in like about 18 months.
Wow.
Every book of the Bible. And Francis kind of was just like, look, Francis is a rad dude. He's like the real deal. He was like, I want this done. I think this is awesome. I think we should do this. Go for it. And whatever money you need at the end of every month, just let me know. So he just backstopped us.
Wow.
And so we could just like turn on all the engines and just tell everyone like, we're doing it. And then if the patron crowd wasn't going to fund it enough, we just would go to Francis and be like, we need this much. And so I think for like 2 months, we had to go back to Francis and be like, we need 15 grand, we need 20 grand, we need 30 grand.
Yeah.
And then, and it was only like 2 or 3 months of that. And then our patron community caught up. And then we went back to Francis. We're like, we're good.
Wow.
And it was so cool. Like, and so that really like boom, like created that energy to make it like a real thing. And that's when we were able to start hiring people. And like that was a good moment.
Wow. I never knew that connection with Francis Chan. And that's like, it's like he took he took what you guys, the theory and everything that you had, and strapped it to a rocket, by
Yeah.
giving all the legs to it. And that's cool, because God built all these things, and that's what I've seen from the Bible Project. Like, brother, like, I'll say it probably 3 or 4 more times in this episode. Like, you are the glue, you are the man, you are the reason that Bible Project exists. Like, obviously there's so many people like Francis Chan, like you just said, and there's probably like Ray Lubeck and other people that like we can just like throw out there that are have like some way an influence for why Bible Project is here. But you are the dude, man. You are the question guy, like my son says, that started this, that stepped out in faith. And thank you, because that means a lot to all of us out there that follow you and follow the Bible Project and can benefit from that.